Take a look inside your heart, is there any room for me? I would have to hold my breath till you get down on one knee. Because you only want to hold me when I'm looking good enough. Did you ever fool me? Would you ever picture us? Every time I pull my hair out, was only out of fear. You'll find me ugly and one day you disappear. Cause all the point of crying, it was never even love. Did you ever want me? Was I ever good enough? But boys are weird, but boys are weird. He doesn't see us. You're not looking at me, boy. But boys are weird, but boys are weird.
Hi, happy Monday. Ooh, we're back again. What did he say? Back again, basically, right? Love Island. Okay, wait. If you are not caught up to Love Island USA, episode 7, at this moment in time, please, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to ruin it for nobody. So, like, I don't know the timestamp, but for the most part, if I'm in this bathroom, I'm probably talking about it because I'm going to go make some tea after we talk about it. So, all right. Let's go through the cast. If you're watching Love Island, please let me know. Let me. I was about to say in the chat. Oh my God, streaming is taking over my brain right now. First of all, I don't even know if I mentioned to you guys before. In my last vlog, I saw a streamer in the wild for the first time in my life with my own eyes, and it was very interesting to have someone follow him around with a camera like this. He's like this. Like, that is very interesting to me. Like, I just was like, wow, like, this is the new thing to be like, well, obviously it's been a thing, but to have someone following you around streaming all day like this with a mic, like, you know what I'm saying, all day, it don't matter who around you, everybody getting recorded, you know, it's just like, that is very interesting. Anyway, the streaming stuff. But back to what I was saying. Getting distracted. Okay, Jeremiah, aka Shamar Moore, aka Shamar Less, Jeremiah and Huda, aka Duda, Hudda, they be doing too much. You know what I mean? I feel like they are moving a little bit too quickly. I think that Jeremiah is playing a very calculated game. I think that he came in and locked in immediately because he knows in his brain that the stronger the couple is, the more trials and tribulations, the more America's gonna be rooting for you. Like, I think that that is what his thought is. So him coming out the bat swinging like this. Oh yeah, Hudda is mine. Hudda is mine. Hudda is mine. It's just like, hey, they were literally like maybe 3 days in. Now, granted, of course, if you watch Love Island, you know that in the show it's very like one day in there is like a week for us out here. Like 1 week for them is like a month out here for us. You know what I mean? So like everything is extremely sped up. Of course, production is cutting things out that we can't really see, conversations that we don't hear, interactions that we don't see. All of that is happening at the same time. But I mean, like, they are moving entirely too quickly. I feel like, again, Jeremiah is playing a game, which is like, okay, like the point is to win the money at the end of the day, but the point is also to find a little love. No, like, you know, maybe, you know, don't be like too calculated in the meantime. Even him mentioning them winning when she first introduced this kid thing, I do think that Hudda, I keep pronouncing her name wrong, I'm sorry, she dragged the kid thing. Like, it really wasn't that big of a deal to like to withhold that information. I feel like, even, okay, I'm not a mother, you know what I mean? So if you're a mother and your opinion is different, then I understand, you know what I mean? I can see both sides. I do understand that, like, okay, she wants to make sure that this is something before she tells that she has a kid. But on the other hand, it's like you're also stripping away his opportunity to make that be a thing for him. Because some people really don't want to date someone with a child. Like, you can't really fault him for not wanting to date someone with a child. In the same way as I, as a woman, may not want to date a man with a child. It's just like, the kid thing can kind of be I think that she used that to manipulate just a little bit. Like, if he tells me in this moment that he doesn't want to talk to me because I have a kid, I'm dragging him. Like, that was gonna be the end of Jeremiah. Like, she was gonna blow that out of the water for sure. She was gonna say, oh no, like, he don't want to talk to me because I have a kid, he's immature, da 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 da. It's like, you should have just came out the bat with that. When y'all first did y'all introductions and y'all talked about all the things that y'all have going on, the qualities, your sign, your where you worked, how old you were. I have a daughter. Like, she could have just made that a very cute introduction. Everyone would have been like, oh, okay, how old? Like, you know what I'm saying? Everyone would have been very gushy towards the fact that you admitted you have a child in the very beginning. That would have been fine. Granted, she knows in her head that may disrupt someone wanting to get to know her, but at the same time, some men don't care. Some men don't mind being a stepdaddy. Like, some men are okay with taking on that role. We see it every day in real time. I'm supposed to be washing my face. Hold on. Say that you'll never, ever, ever, ever leave me. Say that you ever, never leave me. Okay, I barely have none of this left. I do have another bottle, but like, I'm such a stickler with trying to finish stuff. Like, you're not gonna get me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I need all of what's in here. You know what I'm saying? So come on down. You know what I mean? That just reminded me of that TikTok sound. I'm not gonna repeat the sound, but okay, anyway. Yes, so I need all of it to drip down. I do have another bottle, but we're going to just hold off on another one. Maybe this is the last time I use it, because I'm not doing this every day. But it still feels like there's so much product left in here. If y'all can see it, there still seems like there's so much product left in here. So I'm just like, it's too early to throw it away, Morgan. You can still get another face wash out of this. But yeah, I'm gonna throw it away after this because this is getting kind of crazy. But okay, what else would I have to say about Shamar Les and Duda? Sorry, I love giving people nicknames. People always get a nickname in my book, okay? What else do I have to say about them? I do think that I like that Ace. I keep calling Ace Dre. For some reason, Ace gives me a Dre vibe that I just can't get Dre out of my head when it comes to Ace. I always call him Dre by accident. So if you hear me say Dre, I really mean Ace. But I like that he's kind of being like a realist when it came to them. Like, when he tapped her, when he touched her leg, like, it's only been a couple days. Like, you know what I'm saying? And she's like, I don't care. I'm just like, y'all trying to do this locked in thing so early. I really feel like it's gonna backfire, and I'm gonna feel bad because Huda is obviously a crier. And when she cried about the first recoupling situation, and Olandria was like no, like, it's cool, like, it's cool. I really understand that. I feel like at the time she was doing too much. Huda was doing too much. Huda, oh god, I can't get her name right for nothing. I think it's Huda, y'all. I think it's Huda. But she was like feeling emotional about the fact that Olandria told her to basically like chill twin, like just vibe. That's basically kind of the vibe she was saying, like just vibe twin. Like, you don't have to go up the bat for me in this moment because you're kind of you're making me more embarrassed than I actually feel. Like, it kind of felt like very embarrassing. You know, it's just like, I think that Huda got secondhand embarrassment from Olandria and Shelly's embarrassment. I know I have my eyes closed. She has secondhand embarrassment from them two that she allowed her own emotion to overpower theirs. Like, and I just like, she felt away, and I think that people have been like dissecting that on the internet. Just like, as a black woman, you kind of have to like, you don't want to be the villain, so you kind of step in. And I think Olandria really made it known that she wasn't trying to be that person. And we are all very familiar, well, some of us are very familiar with having to be like, all right, let me tiptoe because I'm not trying to, I look crazy. Sorry. But like, let me tiptoe so that I'm not stepping on people's feet. I'm not making people feel no type of way, even though that was not my intention. Everyone knew that that was a very friendly moment, it seemed. And I just think that Huda is so used to blowing everything out of the water. And she swears she's so emotionally mature. You're really not, sister. You know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like Huda is still in the question box for me. Huda is still very much in the question box for me. Like, she still gets a question mark next to her because I still be like, I don't know. I'm not really reading her that well. When she felt the way about Amaya coming in and kissing Jeremiah in a challenge, and she's like, I don't like her, and she's this, and she's calling all names, and she can't compare to me, and all of a sudden you got all this smoke. You're not this girl's girl that you keep claiming that you are. Just let it go. And I did see someone have a take and say like how them trying to claim this girls thing so early is kind of iffy, because then it's like you're not really playing the game at that point. Because knowing that you're a girl's girl, that means we're also not going to step on each other's toes when it comes to the game and when it comes to the actual show, even if you are interested in someone that your friend is interested in. Being friends on this show is very hard. Especially this girls term, which I don't mind the term itself, but I think in this scenario it's very hard, because you're really not going to, things are going to go left easily. Like, I cannot wait for movie night. If you've ever seen Love Island, then they do this movie night thing where you basically get to see clips that you've never seen before. Like, they all get together and they watch it like a movie. Like, they kind of go down and see certain highlights and certain clips that are unseen to each other from the rest of the cast. So it's always a very intense night. Like, it's always very like beefy. Like, so when that moment comes up, when they show that Olandria kissed Ace, I was about to say Dre, when they show that Olandria kissed Ace in that first like game that they played, the secret kiss game, I feel like that girls term is going to be thrown around. Like, oh, okay, you wasn't really a girl's girl. You actually like him on the low. Like, you actually was da-da-da-da. Like, you know, I feel like that's when this whole girls term is really going to hit its head. I'm going to use the Medicube for my toner for tonight. But, like, that's really going to come to a head when the whole girls things come up. You know what I mean? I mean, when that whole movie night thing comes up. But let me move on. I probably have more to say, but let me move on for now. Who do I want to move on to? Taylor. Okay, I'm happy with this last episode, because Taylor, I mean, I hate that Olandria like had to step up and say it for herself, had to like let Taylor know, like, hey, like, you can show affection to me. I guess he tried to say that he wasn't like attracted, he wasn't physically attracted to her, which is crazy to me. Like, everyone's like, oh my gosh, Shelly's so pretty, Shelly's the best on the show. I love Olandria. I think her face card, I think Olandria is gorgeous to me. You know what I mean? Now, Shelly is gorgeous too, but everyone, I feel like when people tend to go to Shelly for the prettiest black girl on the show, like, you know, and she's gorgeous, but they be sleeping on Olandria just a little bit. But it's just like him not being attracted to her. Now, granted, of course, dang, I did not mean to do that. Oh man, I wanted to put a pimple patch on. I just popped it. I had a pimple in my hairline. I was trying to put a pimple patch on it, but I popped it by accident. And it was a juicy one too. I know that's so like, that might be TMI. I mean, it's a pimple. But it's just like, I really could not wait to put a pimple patch on it. Anyway. But I feel like him not being attracted to Olandria, or like making it seem like he's not as attracted, was kind of like, dang, like, I don't know. I hate the fact that she had to step up and kind of like give him a nudge, like, hello, like, are we in this or not? And he just was sitting there like, I'm like, yo, Taylor, clock in. Like, clock in. I need you here. Like, I need you here. I need you in the game. You know what I mean? He's somewhere else like this with his scrawny arms. Like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, he gotta clock in. You know, like, he has to clock in. He has to clock in. So hopefully after this episode, they went in the photo booth, they share like a little kiss moment. So maybe they'll like actually start to like show something. It's definitely giving slow burn. It may give Serena Cordell part 2, maybe. So I don't know with them. I do think that Olandria needs someone else to come in the villa, and I think that Taylor needs the same thing, because if Taylor's not going to be like this on Olandria, like, that's my girl, then he needs to give her up. You know what I'm saying? He gotta just like what Ace was saying. Now, when it comes to Ace, it's so funny. I saw this guy on TikTok earlier, and he was telling TikTok how much he hates Ace. He's like, he said he doesn't think that it's about Jeremiah, because, you know, Ace kind of throws these little jabs at Jeremiah. I think that, well, he was saying that he thinks that Ace is like in this weird competition with Jeremiah, or like they have like a weird relationship. They're not like friends, but like they have this like weird little competition that Ace really seems to be pushing. And he was saying like Ace is like sneaky, like it's something up with Ace that I don't know. I think that Ace is getting a weird edit right now. I think that the producer, maybe he is like talking mess about Jeremiah, but I do think that the producers, the show, know that they're going to be portraying him as kind of like a Jeremiah hater. Like they want to push that storyline almost. Because honestly, I do think that Ace is like a realist almost. Like, I'm like, is he an earth sign or something? Like, you know, it's like he kind of gives like realist. He gives like even when he was talking to, what's her name, Hudda, and he was like, it's early, like, you know, like, chill, girl, like, you know, like, you gotta relax. He kind of gives like he's trying to bring everything down to earth. He's talking sense to people. He's making sense in a way. Now, I do think that how he acted with Amaya was weird. Like, what was the point in picking her in the recoupling if you were just going to diss her almost? Like, it's weird. It's almost like you're trying to play this game so hard, you're going to get yourself kicked out. You're trying to play this game so hard, you're pushing everyone away simultaneously. And don't go running back to Shelly either. Like, it's just like, hey, don't be playing with Shelly back and forth because you want to play this fake, hard to get type of guy game. You know what I mean? I do think that his age be showing also. Like, he be acting like he's 22. I can tell. You know what I mean? Like, now Shelly being 27, she don't really need to really take that serious. If we're being completely honest, I do feel like she needs her and Olandria need somebody older. They do not need a silly little 22-year-old. Now, granted, I do think that, again, he does kind of give down to earth. He does make sense in some of the things that he says. But in general, he don't need to be playing with Shelly and Amaya, because I felt bad for her too, because it's like, dang, you picked me, but now you dissing me a little bit. It's just like, figure out what you want. You know what I mean? Be like, yeah, relationships start as friends. It's just like, we can be friends. I mean, you don't like you keep trying to like dig that into my scalp. You know what I mean? Now, who else? Hannah and Aladdin. I don't really have an opinion. I mean, I'm glad that she got her man. They seem like they're gonna be locked in pretty well. I don't have any questions or concerns. Don't really care about their camera time. You know what I mean? It's just like they just over there chilling. You know what I mean? Cool. That's cool. You know, I'm glad that she came in and got her man. Bet. Now, I feel like they're probably going to have a situation where when it comes to Casa Amor, he might do a little dibbling and dabbling. He might talk to somebody. He might flirt. He might kiss someone. But then at the end, they're going to come back together and, like, pick each other at the end. Like, I feel like they're going to go through that scenario. Who else didn't I talk about yet? Shelly, I guess. Shelly and Austin. I mean, they're I think that, obviously, I do think that Austin was going to pick someone else. He was going to pick Amaya if Ace came in and swooped Amaya from him. I do think that he was clicking with Amaya a little bit more, but he likes Shelly still. They said he's a tree apparently, so I might have to beat that out. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want nothing going on with the algorithm. You know, I don't want nobody. I don't want the YouTube people to start sending me them types of people. So apparently his political views are what they are. You know what I mean? But I guess they probably don't get into stuff like that on the show. I'm pretty well. If they do, it's off camera. Happy to see Julissa go. I wasn't really all that like even when she first came into the house. I always feel like, and I'm sorry, like Latina women from Miami, or like they say the N-word. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know they do. I just know that they do. That's their culture. I feel like that's a part of them almost. They date black women, they date black men. I feel like that's their thing. I know Miami has a little bit of a racist root sometimes. You know, there's been plenty of stories when it's like Miami black people kind of looking funny, at least certain parts of Miami, or it can be like colorist. Like, people have told plenty of stories about this. So I think that when the women, non-black women, come from Miami, it's just like they always have a certain vibe to me. You know what I mean? So that's what Julissa was given. And I'm not really surprised that they found a video of her saying the N-word. Not really surprised she got the boot. See ya. I don't, you know what I'm saying? You know, I don't, but I'm trying to think. What other opinion did I have that I didn't share? I was kind of just like talking through it low-key. So, yes. Oh, yeah. When... I don't know if I said this already to you guys, but when Amaya mentioned that she wasn't going to talk to Shamar Moore anymore, and then here go Hudda, give me a hug. now you all happy. Now you're just like, oh, I was being extra. Now you tap back into your girls mask because you don't feel like you have competition anymore. It's just like, now granted, Jeremiah don't seem like he would have been giving her the time of day, because I do think that Jeremiah is waiting for someone else to come in, because he was doing this whole like, oh, territorial act for Hudda, but then was like, oh no, it's too early to be closed off. It's just like, either you gonna do it, either you gonna be in or you gonna be out. Like, it's just like, you going back and forth. I think that, again, he's waiting for someone else to come in, and he's gonna get got. Well, if he proves me wrong, I'm gonna be very surprised, but he's gonna get got at Casa Amor, probably. I hate when Sierra makes those pouty faces. I can't. I have like a visceral reaction to the pouty, the like mid combo. She's like, I hate that. I'm looking at myself in the mirror because I'm like, I need to make sure I'm doing it right. I don't think I'm doing it right still, but I don't like the pout faces, the pucker vibe that she be doing. Now, granted, I do think she has lip filler, so, but she still does something with her mouth that I'm not a fan of. I don't like that. What else? Da 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 da, ding 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 bow. I'm happy the black girls are wearing braids. I also did say that too. I'm happy they're wearing braids. Leave the wigs at the crib. You know what I mean? Like, leave the wigs at home for this show, because it just seems like it's too much to try and like maintain. The braids are perfect for 6 weeks. Perfect for 6 weeks, especially when they have human hair. It's just like, yeah, you got to get them wet and you have to dry them. Like, I know that process is annoying, getting your braids wet, but the wigs and stuff, it'd be too much for that. A good, cute, natural human hair, curly, braided look, bohemian, like that it's gonna eat every time. I'm happy the girls got it together this year. So that's all I got for now. Okay.
Nick and Bella were making out in Soul Ties. Me personally, I'll watch that.
So it's been a very slow morning. Today is Tuesday. Well, not even morning. It's like it's 1 o'clock. I've been asleep all day. Let me just say that. I just been asleep. Mother Nature came for her visit, and I just been in the bed. I haven't been doing a thing all day. I had a bowl of cereal this morning. I didn't even make nothing. I had a bowl of cereal. So I'm about to get up. I'm about to take a shower and get ready for work. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Okay, bye. One thing the algorithm is going to do is listen to you and stalk you. Okay? This we know. But my thing is, I reposted one thing on TikTok, and now I just scroll and it's just that same thing. And it's actually kind of really interesting how it's like listening to me in real time. Like, if I hadn't reposted that one thing, the rest of my For You page would have looked differently, I guess. Very interesting. But I reposted this photo dump of this beautiful home. Like, oh my gosh. Beautiful home. Like, if you go on my TikTok and go to my reposts, you will see a bunch of them. Like, I just kept reposting them because obviously, like I said, TikTok just kept showing them. But it's just like, if I had the eye to do that in my place now, if I could do that, like if I could create like my dream home, just not my dream home, because my dream home don't look nothing like this, you know. But like, if I could really create my like something that I love, something that I'm proud of, that would just make my world go round. You know what I'm saying? That would really make my world go round. But I thought it was interesting, just like literally as I'm scrolling, more are popping up. Every time I repost something, I scroll 2 times and something else comes up that I want to repost again. Like, it's just like, and just beautiful marble. Like, this girl was showing, I think she was saying, her whole point in the post was saying that like things can get very expensive, especially when you think about artwork and all of the cool stuff you see, sculptures and lamps and couches. Like, everything is so expensive. So I think she was referring to artwork when she was saying like, make it yourself, basically. Ow, my ear itch. But it was this ow, I think I hurt my ear. Anyway, I'm gonna put it on the screen, but basically, as a matter of fact, so I won't forget, what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna go right back on TikTok and I'm gonna screenshot
whatever post is up here, that's what I'm going to screenshot right now, because it was a circle artwork. Gorgeous, stunning, spectacular. Yeah, like all these posts that I where are these my reposts? Oh, these are my saves. Okay, I'm going to my actual reposts. But like, it was a circle artwork, and basically her whole point was make it yourself. Where is it at? No, that's not it. Which post was it? Oh, hold on. But everything was just so colorful. Like, I just love this woman was just like incorporating so many beautiful colors into her space. Everything just was like, just came together so beautifully. Like, hello? And it's interesting because I did see a comment that I was like, oh, here it is. All right, I found the screenshot. But like, that was just beautiful to me. Like, I feel like I can make that. Not that exact thing, but incorporating color into my space, something that I can do myself, something that I can do with y'all. Like, maybe if there was like something interesting for me to show you guys. Y'all know, like, I was doing the painting thing for a period of time. I haven't painted in a minute because I didn't have any I ran out of canvases, so I haven't painted in a minute. But like, I would love to make the cute little DIY wall project, and again, incorporating some color into my space. I showed you guys a couple vlogs ago that my air is coming on all loud. No, but I told you guys, I think in like 2 vlogs ago, I'm watching the clock. Okay, hold on. Hurry. Yeah. 2 minutes for shrimp. 2 minutes each side. That's it. You know what I mean? I learned that from my friend Nigeria. She said shrimp only need 2 minutes each side, because otherwise it's overcooked. You know what I mean? And yes, I used to make very overcooked shrimp, for sure. Like, undeniably overcooked. Because I'd be like, is it done? You know, and then it's like I overthink it. Anyway, I bought some artwork. If y'all remember, maybe like 2 or 3 vlogs ago at this point. But in efforts of just like adding some color to my space, supporting a black artist, like, I thought that was pretty cool. Right now, I was trying to flatten the artwork. That's what I've been doing for like the last couple of weeks. Even though it could have really been done, like, as of right now, it's pretty much flat. But I also need to buy a frame for it at the same time. So I guess that's like a part of that was that, and buying a frame for it. But I think that doing the circle picture idea would be a good addition to adding color and stuff into my space. If you guys remember when I was like, oh, if it's not broke, fix it anyway. I feel like I'm gonna probably say that every single vlog, because that's been like that's been stuck in my head lately. But anyway, I have these little DIY art things that I did a couple years ago with y'all. Years ago. If you don't, years ago. Y'all never see them because of where they placed in my house. But like, I feel like I would put that circle project right there. Like, I feel like that would be so pretty to go right there. Just again, like, as soon as you walk in my house, there's like something colorful, like really in my entryway. I feel like I really want to do it, but where do I get a circle canvas from? Like, where would I get a huge circle that I can paint? You know what I mean? What could I do? What do people do? Or is that just like, I have no clue. You know what I can do? I can look it up on TikTok. I know it's a video out there somewhere of someone showing you how they did their DIY circle artwork. I'm pretty sure. So we're going to be working on that in the upcoming weeks, because I really do want to do that. Oh, I got to flip it. It's been 2 minutes. I got to flip the shrimp. Also, one thing that I've been obsessed with is like a collage of random thing, a random plate of food, like, especially when it comes to breakfast. But I'm doing that again tonight. I'm literally just making some shrimps, some scrimp. 2 minutes. All right, so 42. It's so late in the night, but I didn't eat anything when I was at work, so it is what it is. But a random collage of a random plate of food. I'm doing some shrimp, some tomatoes. I guess I'll do those olives if I bought in my previous vlog. I actually like I really do like the olives. They're just kind of salty, just a little bit salty for me. Maybe I'll do some cottage cheese just because it's there. Like, I need something to add to the plate. I don't feel like making a salad. I feel like a side salad will go with the vibe. but like I don't feel like cutting up the lettuce and stuff. Like the whole point in this was so it can be easy, simple, to the point. The only thing I really got to do is this. You know what I'm saying? So I really don't feel like it, you know? I don't really feel like it at all. And I'm gonna have an Alleyoop. My only thing is, like, sometimes when I eat dinner I don't finish the Alleypops. And one thing about an Alleyoop, that fizz is gonna be gone. Like, you can't let it sit out too long or it's done. Unlike a ginger ale, y'all, I had a ginger ale one night, like a can, and then the next day I drank it, like the next day, and it still was fizzly. Like, it's just like, hey, you was sitting right there fizzling the whole night. But an Alleyoop, no, it's gonna be completely flat by the morning. Like, it's done. It's juice at this point. It's nasty juice too. Like, it don't taste the same because it's supposed to have a fizz to it, and it doesn't. You know. So, but I am gonna have one tonight. I think I showed y'all my last vlog. I got the crisp apple one, which I kind of feel like I did try, but I'm not too sure at all. Not too sure. Me and Alleypops go together real bad. No shade. So yeah, I'm literally gonna do the same thing in the morning. Let me turn this off because it's been 2 minutes or almost 2 minutes. But I'm literally gonna make the same type of thing in the morning, which breakfast. Well, you know what I'm gonna do in the morning? I think in the morning I'm gonna make breakfast sandwich. That's what I'm gonna do. Because this morning I literally had cereal. Like, I wasn't in the mood for nothing, no cooking, no nothing. That's probably also why I'm cooking right now too. But yeah. So on my shrimp, of course, all the seasonings, but I added some tomato pesto in the bowl, and I also added some Parmesan cheese, and I mixed it all together in the bowl and just kind of like had that as some extra, like, not a sauce because it didn't really give it a sauce, but I guess like a flavoring. Maybe I should have added some more Parmesan cheese just for the heck of it, you know, just for the heck of it. So a little flavor don't hurt nobody. All right, all right, all right. And really that's gonna be the night, for real. Like, I don't have nothing else to. Again, it's super late. I did watch another episode of Love Island. I don't have Peacock, unfortunately, so I did have to watch it on TikTok. Somebody was doing a live stream of it, and you kept having a, so you don't get, so that the person doesn't get flagged, we kept having a comment like, I love TikTok shop. So I'm just commenting like, I love TikTok shop. So that it wouldn't like get flagged and that I could continue watching this episode. If I have to do that every day, I guess, you know what I'm saying? Like, I completely guess I'll do it for the sake of being able to watch the show. But again, I did see the recent episode. I'm not gonna talk, we're not gonna talk about every single episode every single time, but yeah, that's been my jam. So let me go. I'm gonna eat this and I'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning. It is Wednesday. I'm trying to think, did I put that in there? I ended up taking my twist out because I literally had them in for days. I kind of like don't mind keeping them in. It just kind of depends on where I'm going. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just be dependent. Hold on, let me see something. Because where is my little cloth? Oh, here it is. Okay. I told you guys that I got this little cloth hack from another influencer. Where, you know, you just kind of carry this around to be able to wipe off your cameras and stuff like that. I am headed to a coffee shop this morning. I literally got this idea last night. I was like, Morgan, get up in the morning and go to a coffee shop. Go to a coffee shop, do some work. I had I had actually favored or saved this video of this guy from Philly talking about like his favorite coffee shops. And I guess it kind of went like baby viral. The one that I have saved, very popular. He was like listing out the different coffee shops or not coffee shops, the different matchas. That's what it is. He was listing out different matchas and where he got them from and just like ranking them 1 through 10. So I had saved that some time ago and I was like, okay, maybe one day I'll go and just get a matcha from one of the places that he recommended. And last night I was just like, I kind of feel like doing that. I didn't say necessarily this morning because I actually have to work at 1 today. So it's just like, I really was like, maybe I should do it on an off day. But again, I'm kind of running into this thing where it's like, if I keep restricting everything to my off days, I'm not going to do anything. My air is coming on. But I'm not going to do anything if I always say, oh, off day, oh, off day. Like, mind you, I have something else to do tomorrow, which is my off day. I have something else to do on my next off day. It's just like, I'm trying to, like, yes, I like to relax before work. I'm a creature of habit. So, like, I don't want to be ripping and running all day and then have to go to work. It's just like, you know, it's like I actually don't want to do all of that. Like, you know what I mean? Is this blurry? I wasn't sure if that was blurry. But I was like, you know what? Let me get out today. So it is 9:30. I'm just putting a little bit of Baccarat Rouge on my wrists. This is like a little oil that I got from the oil store in like a market around here. And I'm gonna need to be going back soon. It's like, y'all see it. I'm gonna need to go in the back, get this again, because this smells so good. If that's what I always say, if that's what Baccarat Rouge, like the real Baccarat Rouge smells like, then I completely understand the girls. Like, I get why all the girls have the perfume. I get why it's such a popular thing. But I like it in the oil form because it's like a little dab of this, a little dab of that. Like, you just get a little whiff. You know what I mean? I'm not going to do the most with fragrance because for the most part, I'm going to be like out and about. I don't really need to like smell like all, you know, it's like it's not that deep. I'm going to be walking outside. And I always feel like I'm going to smell like outside because I'm outside. So I'm doing this finery fragrance. This one is called Born to Empress. Love this one. This one smells really good. It's very girly. I know Finery was really popular last year. If you guys remember, I went to the Finery event in New York last year, where we got like a bunch of Finery stuff. So this is a part of that. And I'm just wearing this little t-shirt that I cut up a couple vlogs ago. Like, I literally just cut it. It's literally a t-shirt from Walmart. And I was like, let me see what I can do with it. So basically I just cut the neckline. I showed y'all this in that vlog, but I cut the sleeves off, and then I cut the sides also. I cut this side higher than this side so that I could give it more of a tie effect, and so that this side can just kind of have like a little detailed asymmetrical thing. The back also, since it's cut, it also has like an asymmetrical situation. I just have these like comfortable pants on, and I have my Sambas on. I also think that this is a good way for me to get some like steps in and stuff, because I'm going to take the train. Did I say that already? Yeah, I'm taking the train, so then I'm just like going to walk through the city to go to the coffee shop. Like, you know, this will be a good way to get steps in if you're used to, or if you're like tired of going to get if you're tired of getting your steps in at like a local place. I think for me, I like the idea of walking through the city more than I like the idea of walking in circles at a park, which is what I typically do. But it's just like, you know, I kind of get tired of that. It's just like, oh, okay, I'm watching the same things, which is fine. But I think that you kind of forget when you're walking through the city, because you're just seeing different things, or you're walking by different stuff, or you're just crossing the street and you're just la 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 la, and everyone's just walking. Like, it just kind of like, it gives me New York a little bit, like just being able to walk through the city and you're not even looking at your steps. Like, as opposed to being at the park, I'm clocking my steps. I'm just like, okay, I have one more lap. Okay, I'll be at about 5,000. Okay, and if I do another lap, like, it's just like I'm thinking about it too much, and it gets kind of tired again. Just like this mundane walk through the park over and over and over and over and over and over again. So I was like, okay, this would be a different way for me to get some steps in. The only annoying part about it is that since I wanted to go to a coffee shop, I have my laptop, and this is going to be uncomfortable. So I'm not doing too much walking today, but I do envision myself being able to come out into the city and do this again when I don't have something so big. Like, if my mind is going to be on just walking through the city, I'm not going to bring my computer, you know. But since I am actually just going to go to a coffee shop, I am going to bring my computer. So, okay, I guess excited, just doing something different with my morning, because I would typically just be here. I didn't eat anything, so of course I'm going to get a matcha, maybe like a croissant or something, depending on what they have. Do I have to go to the bathroom? I really hate that. Do I have to go? God. But okay, let me get out of here. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. I was going to paint my nails, but I took the polish off yesterday and then was like, you know what, forget it. Like, I'm gonna just paint them. I'm gonna have to paint them later or tomorrow, but maybe tomorrow before I go and do what I have to do. But it's just like, they just paintless today. Like, hey.
It's 7 o'clock. Because I'm
Okay, I was about to pull off and then I was like, wait, let me pull out my camera and just, I guess just say that I was really happy that I did that today. I made great timing. Well, let me back up for a second. I'm happy that I did this today because I have to work at 1. It's going on 12 o'clock now. So I have to kind of like make sure I get home, change my clothes, get ready for my shift. But again, I'm happy that I did that because I get so caught in the 9 to 5 of it all. Get so caught in, oh, I gotta work later. And So this was just like me trying to, I guess, do something different with my morning. I do see myself doing this again 100%. I didn't get to get in, like, to be in the coffee shop for that long, so I do have to get up here earlier, which is fine. I probably spent a good like hour or so, maybe like 45 minutes or so, which isn't a long time in like retrospect, but it's fine. Again, I'm just happy that I got up and did it. It's very warm outside. It says, oh, why does it say 100 degrees? I know it's not 100 degrees. It's just 100 degrees in my car. It's very hot here and I'm just yapping. Now, is my air on? Yes, but I'm very hot right now. So again, I'm gonna go get ready for work. I didn't know if I was gonna be able to talk to you guys before when I got home, before I actually get ready for work. So, just wanted to say that. Okay, bye. Good morning. It is, what's today? Thursday. I just made myself some breakfast. I made a sausage, egg, and cheese with some cherries, some olives, because I really want to, I guess just, again, I told y'all I like making like a random breakfast bowl situation where like I have a little bit of different types of nutrition in different areas. And I have iced coffee. I do. I am off today, so I'm probably just going to chill for the day. I think I'm going to a birthday dinner. I should be. It's kind of like up in the air, but if we're getting ready together, we are. I do have to paint my nails, so like that's a whole nother thing. So I have to paint my nails. If y'all can hear that in the background, I'm watching a Love Island recap, and I be loving the recaps, honestly. Like they be like validating my thoughts, because I be like, yo, this is going on, that's going on, I feel this way. Okay, I'm glad somebody else I'm glad I'm not tripping, because I be, you know. So let me eat. I'll be back later. Okay, this is my random plate of the morning. Boiled eggs, sungo kiwi, tomatoes. I had some lettuce left because I made a salad yesterday, so I had a little bit left. And then like a turkey sausage or chicken sausage. And I have a matcha, of course. Okay, I'm supposed to be going out tonight. And honestly, I'm going to repeat an outfit because, well, I didn't even wear the outfit. I think, was that a couple vlogs ago? It was like a couple vlogs ago. I had on this blue, well, actually I need to check the weather. This blue, like, long sleeve shirt. It was when I had the ponytail. Like, I think it was the week we went to Cowboy Carter. I had the blue like long sleeve top, and it comes with like a matching skirt, like it's a set. And we didn't even end up going out that night. Like, I got dressed, I did my makeup. I think I was chatting with y'all for like a little quick second, and then again I didn't even go out. Like, I literally just took the outfit off. So I'm going to wear that again. Now, mind you, it's getting kind of warm outside, so I think I might regret that look because, again, the shirt is long sleeve, but it's actually really thin. Let me see. It's pretty, like, thin. It's like it looks like a long john. It kind of gives, like, pajama almost. Like, it still smells like my perfume. It still smells very good. So, again, I didn't even wear it. So, if it's too hot tonight, I'm just going to base it off of how I feel when I'm leaving work. But for the most part, I'm probably going to do that. If anything, maybe I'll like just change the shirt and keep the skirt. The skirt is like a micro skirt. It's super, super short. So that's the only thing about it. But like it's a cute look, like when I actually put it up, like whatever, I don't know. So I'm gonna try to hurry up because I'm going out after work. So after work is gonna be like this, which is why I'm just like telling y'all now, because I'm probably not gonna be able to really like sit here and vlog. Maybe no, I need to edit. So I really need to edit this vlog up until now. I have not edited a thing. So I do need to edit up until this vlog. I was gonna say like I'll try to like get ready with y'all, but I'm gonna be needing to like push. So I am gonna film on my camera for the night. I mean on my phone for the night. I'm sorry. I'm gonna film my phone for the night. But yeah, it's supposed to be me, my sister, and my best friend. I think. Like as of right now, that's what it is. You know how stuff be changing. Hopefully it does. It's supposed to rain though. Y'all, the rain be ruining the vibe. I'll tell you that now. Like, if it's pouring, like, by the end of the night, I'm gonna be like, I really try not to be a party pooper, but when it be pouring, it's like, girl, I got to drive across the bridge still. Like, you know, just, like, hey, you know, I don't be, oh, I need to get cash too for the toll. I need to remember to get some cash. Like, literally, if I can get cash when I'm on my way to work, that'll be perfect. So I won't have to do it like when I'm leaving. Like, trying to do that when I'm leaving, it's like, oh shoot, I still gotta stop. Oh, like, it's like I'm already gonna be kind of like feeling like I'm in a rush because I'm gonna be trying to go home, take a shower, get my life together. Like, I'm gonna be trying to hurry up as it is. So it's just like, hopefully I remember to stop before I go to work. So that's really what's been going on. I haven't been doing anything this morning besides making breakfast and just kind of like checking emails. I did get it. I don't know if I told you guys this. I might be like doing like a little small something with Alleyoop, prayerfully, like cross your fingers. I think I may be doing something with Alleyoop. I'm not sure. But I'm gonna be keeping y'all updated. You know what I mean? I love myself some Alleyoop. I think I told y'all that before. I'm an Alleyoop girl. Like, Poppy is cool, but I think Alleyoops are better to me. You know what I mean? Poppy is more popular, I will say, but I like Alleyoop because Alleyoop is the GOAT, like, hikey. I really love their flavors. But okay, I'm gonna get ready for work. I need to take a shower, so I'm gonna like get my life together. I did my dishes, all that good stuff. I told you guys I repainted my nails. I don't know if I had this conversation at all, but I just did them to match my toes. I kind of didn't want this color, but since my toes are this color, I was like, all right, I guess I'll like try to be half decent and match my toes, like whatever. Sometimes I don't, but since my toes are red, it's just like, I don't want to put purple on my fingers. You know what I mean? I try to make it at least decent. Like, if my toes were like brown, I wouldn't care as much. Like, if they blended in with my complexion, then I wouldn't care as much. But since my toes are red, I'm like, girl, just put the red on. But yeah, that's all for now. I will see y'all later for the vibes. Hopefully, again, it's not raining. Hopefully, because I'm really not going to feel like it if it's raining. But that is my truth, girl. I will say something I wanted to do with y'all. When I was explaining in my last vlog about like consuming more intentionally and just like trying to pay attention to what I'm putting in my brain and really trying to like listen to things that are more, that'll spark more interest, or things that are not so like just like gossipy or just chatty, just like not brainless content, but trying to just be more intentional about what I consume. I started like writing down stuff that I like think as I'm listening to things. So I wanted to like go over one of the podcasts that I was listening to with y'all and like talk about what I wrote down. I kind of feel like that might be kind of like interesting, at least to me, because I like to yap sometimes. Just sometimes, like, you know what I'm saying? I like to talk a little bit. So especially if I have a real thought about something. So I was like, maybe what I'll do this week is I'll just like share one of the pages with you guys. And just like the things that I wrote down are things that she was saying that may have spoke to me at the time, or where my brain went when the person speaking said something specific. Really, it's that Collapsia podcast. I need to listen to her again because she really started like putting little bugs in my ear. One thing that she mentioned in one of her podcasts, I didn't write stuff down to that podcast, but I kind of want to like go back and do that, honestly. But she was talking about like, it's not called junk journaling. It's just like is it universe of journals? It's something about like having different types of journals for different things. Like, you'll have a journal where you write like your random thoughts of the day, but they were talking about a specific type of journaling that you do for like media things, like things that you consume, like not just your random thoughts. Like, you know, most of us journal and it's just like I have one journal basically, and that journal is just basically, I haven't written in it in ages. I can't even tell you when the last time I pulled that journal out. But when I do write in it, it's just my thoughts. It's just things that I'm thinking about that are like the wide range of things. But she was talking about having a journal for something super specific. Like if you're journaling just the things that you consume, or a journal for just the things that you listen to that you have a thought about, or a journal for like very specific topics, like having different journals for different things. You know what I mean? So I thought that was interesting. I guess like the journaling girls do that. I don't really journal a whole lot, obviously, like I just said. So like I didn't realize people just have different types of journals for different things that come to their brain. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Usually my journal is just like a collage of all the different things, like everything in one. And it kind of made me want to just like start like jotting stuff down again. You know what I mean? So I think that me writing down my thoughts as it pertains to certain podcasts that I listen to or whatever, I think that kind of like falls into that category of like the message that I received from the Collapsia podcast that I mentioned before. Again, her name is Sydney. I had linked her podcast, I think, in maybe like
I don't know if that was 2 vlogs ago, but I linked her at some point. I'll link it again if anyone's interested in like seeing what she has to say. But she be having me thinking and stuff sometimes, so I like stuff like that. But let me go. I'm gonna, like I said, I need to take a shower, get ready for work, and then y'all will see the vibes later on. I'll try to pick up the camera when I'm like have my makeup done and when I'm ready to like step out the door. Okay. So update. I was supposed to, I don't even know what's going on right now, y'all. It's like 11:15. I got off work, I came home, makeup done, took a shower. I thought my camera was dying, but my sister had a hair appointment and they kept pushing her hair appointment time back. So she's still getting her hair done. Now, mind you, it was supposed to be a quick style. I think she was just getting some like cutesy stitch braid or straight backs. So typically like that wouldn't take that long, I guess. She did text me like maybe like 45 minutes ago and said that the girl was like halfway done. But the last time I checked her location, she was still there. So it's just like, I said, listen, I ain't mad at staying home. I'm really not. Now, I do want to go out because I already had it in my head. I'm like, okay, after work, I'm going to go out, da-da-da-da. I did my makeup. Whatever. So I was like, okay, I don't mind going out, but I'm also not pressed either. So it's just like, by the time we get there, because my sister still has to go home and get ready. Like, she still has to go home and get dressed. So it's just like, by the time she gets home, it might be, what, 12? No, it's going to be pointless because we wouldn't get there till 1. Because if my sister gets home at 12, she gets ready, say if she's ready by 12:30 or 12:45, 12:40. We still have to drive she still has to get to the location. So it's already going on 1. You find parking, it's 1 o'clock. Like, you know what I mean? The clubs be over at 2. It's just like, yeah, it's not feeling all that. Yeah, it's feeling pointless to me. But if she still insists on going, I don't care. I don't have to work tomorrow. That's really what it is. I don't have to work tomorrow. So it's just like, I guess I'll go. I don't want to be up all night in the middle of the night though either. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would rather save my time, my energy, my money, and stay at the crib. So that's the update for now. If y'all see clips after that, I guess I'll update y'all. But if y'all see me out, then y'all know what happened. Y'all know it's late already and I'm just going out anyway. Like, whatever. So yeah, I'll keep you updated. Yo, let me back it up. Back. Okay. Did not go out yesterday. Literally, my sister didn't get her hair finished until it was like 12:30 when she was leaving. I was just like, girl. Now I was already thinking that it would be too late. Like, when I was talking to y'all, I was already like, oh, it's kind of like by the time we get there, it'll be maybe 12:30. She was saying she was finished at 12:30, so she would have still had to go home and you know what I'm saying? So around 12, I took my makeup off. I was just like, you know what? This is my night right here. Which again was fine. Like, I didn't really care either way. But CeraVe, I wonder how it's pronounced. I don't know if it's CeraVe or CeraVe. They sent me a bunch of products. And it's just like full body care routine, full skincare routine. I said, oh, y'all ate that up. Because like, I can literally go in order of the body care and skincare and be set. You know what I mean? Let me see. And I say that to say they sent me their soothing body lotion. It says it cleanses and helps maintain the skin barrier while ensuring skin's comfort. I'm trying to figure out, I don't actually want to open everything because some of it may go in my like PR box, my PR drawer of like just random things that people can have or that I'll maybe find something to do with at some point in time. So I don't want to take the wrappings off of everything. I would love to smell it, but it's just like, So body wash, and then they also sent me their intensive moisturizing lotion. So this is for dry to very dry skin, and I may not show everything because it's going to take a minute for everything to focus. But this is, like I said, body wash, come out the shower, put your on, your body lotion, boom, boom, and boom. As far as actual face stuff goes, literally, like I said, we have everything. So we have the acne control cleanser, which they actually asked me what were my skin concerns, which I really appreciated instead of just sending me random stuff. So I did say that, I have like acne, like right now I have a breakout on my cheek over here. So this has 2% salicylic acid in it. It reduces blackheads, prevents new breakouts. So like some of the stuff I will actually be using for sure, because again, I do have a breakout like over here,
So, ding, ding, ding. And then we have a toner, of course. This is their hydrating toner, which I love. I saw this TikTok recently of this girl saying like she like drowns her face in toners. I don't know if you guys have seen that. Of course, still like being weary of what people say online. Like some stuff you do, some stuff you don't. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how efficient it will be for me to like use multiple toners every day. I mean, maybe it would, but that also feels wasteful at the same time. But you know, that's just a thought. But again, they sent the toner to go after the cleanser. They also sent a serum. This is their hydrating hyaluronic acid serum. So love that. I do have some other products that have hyaluronic acid in it. Shake well before use, fragrance free, all that good stuff. So then they also sent an eye cream. So again, like I said, everything, one of each of everything. This also has hyaluronic acid, so that's cool. They also sent their patches, which is interesting because I usually just get the Mighty patches. I'm actually running out of them, but I usually just buy the Mighty patches. I know some people do Starface. I usually just do the Mighty patches for the most part. So I'm happy to kind of have another type of patch in my arsenal. I will be using these for sure. Let me see. Oh, it's not a lot that, oh, okay. They look like different sizes, honestly. They look like, oh, they are different sizes. Okay. I'm about to say, so some of them are smaller, some of them are slightly bigger. Y'all wouldn't be able to see them. They're clear. But I will say the Mighty patches that I have right now are not clear. They're like the original ones. So they're not clear, but these are clear. So I'm interested to see how well they like just blend into the skin, I guess. But it's not like a whole lot. Oh, it's 22 in here. But the fact that it's a box and it's only like one little sliver, you know what I mean? I'm like double checking. But yeah, it's only one little pack in here. I wonder how much they retail for, because that's really the question. Like how much do y'all retail for versus how much is in a box, you know? Last but not least, we have a SPF, of course. This is an SPF 30. Okay, I wanted to see if okay, it's oil free, which is interesting. Okay, cool. I know my oil sunscreen from Black Girl Sunscreen, it does give shine. It does give glisten. So the fact that this is oil free is interesting to me because it's just like, okay, let me see what y'all got. So that's it. Like I said, kind of just like one of everything, which I really appreciate it. I did put it on Instagram if you have me on my story. So I probably will, knowing me, if I feel like it, I guess I'll make something with it. It depends on what comes to mind. If I can incorporate my products into like a vlog, that's like the most ideal for me. Like I don't want to make a dedicated video because I feel like some people lose interest when I'm just showing you just all CeraVe based things. Like yeah, I can get some likes, but for the most part, I think that incorporating it already into my vlog is like makes the most sense, at least for my audience, you know. So maybe you know what? Okay, some of it I will give away, but some of it I actually do want to try. So I'm gonna figure out which ones are going, which ones are staying, and yeah. So that's cool. It is Saturday morning. It's 10 o'clock. I slept in a little bit. It's supposed to be rainy today, which is annoying because I'm off today. Number one. Number two, I'm supposed to be creating content for that business, you know what I'm saying? Like I applied to be a content creator for this business in Philly. So the fact that they're having their event today and it's supposed to rain today is annoying. Number three, they're also protesting today. They're protesting in Philly today. So they're closing off some of the roads. So like it'll be interesting to figure out like what today will look like. Like where am I going to park? Because apparently they're closing some of the roads at certain times. It's just like, oh gosh. Always here for the protest. Like, please go ahead and do y'all thug thizzle. I ain't mad at it. But the fact that it's falling on the same event, the same day as this event, it's just like, okay, how am I going to navigate through the city if the roads are closed? And, you know, it's just like, it's just going to be like, oh gosh. Even like, okay, even getting an Uber, it's just kind of like the Ubers can't go down certain roads either way. Like, it's not even just about me at that point. It's just like I can't, if I take an Uber, they still might have to drop me off 5 blocks down. I got to figure out my way to get to this event. It's just like, you know. So I'm about to make something to eat really quickly. Not really quickly. I'm not in a rush for anything because the event literally is at 4. And I don't have to be there I don't even have to be there at 4. They actually pushed the time of the event back. So I would rather get there a little bit earlier than later because I don't want to be out all night for the most part. You know what I mean? Like I kind of rather go in, do my content, ding ding ding, and go. You know, I don't want to be there for the entirety of the event. But I'm gonna make something to eat. I have to see if I have enough milk for a matcha. Maybe I'll just make an iced coffee because I feel like I'm running out of milk, and that's a little scary. A little bit scary. Yo, I've been asleep all day, but I'm making dinner. It's literally 9 o'clock, but let me show you what I'm making. I have some white rice here. I told you guys before that I perfected my recipe, so that's getting its final little steam off. Shrimp here, and then I actually had some kidney beans, so I just made them in some broth with peppers and onions. So I'm gonna put the rice and the beans in here, and then make little tacos. Hold on, I had these little tacos. They're supposed to be like 0 carbs, but they're so tiny, so I just did 3 of them. And yeah, I have taco sauce, some sour cream, some cheese. So it's just gonna be that type of night, you know what I mean? The event that I was supposed to record for ended up getting canceled because of, I was telling y'all earlier in the vlog, the weather, and then it was the protests. So it's called the No Kings protest. You guys have probably seen it being talked about. But they were supposed to be like going through Philly and closing off the roads and just kind of like, you know, doing their ones and twos. So it ended up getting moved to next month, which I'm actually not sure I'm going to be able to make, which is a bummer because that's my sister's. It literally falls on my sister's birthday. So I'm like, oh, I don't know if I'll be able to make the next event day. But yeah, so it is what it is. I mean, I was happy to kind of have just an off day. I literally slept like on and off all day. But I'm about to eat and I'll be back. I like this little setup. What y'all think? I think this is cutesy. Y'all, that food, delightful. That was my first time ever making like kidney beans in that way. I actually really loved that. Like when I say I just literally, I did add I added some the Better Than Bouillon like paste. I think it was a seasoned vegetable one, right? Seasoned vegetables, right? So I added some of that in there, peppers, onions, chicken broth. I did strain and like rinse off the beans, so it was mainly just like chicken broth, and I added a little bit of gravy, like a little bit of gravy powder. I have like the powder packets of gravy. I added just like a splash of that because at first it was like the broth wasn't really that thick. Like it wasn't super thick, but I wanted it to have a little bit more, you know, like a little more thickness to it. I just put that over the rice. Girl, that was good. I will say the white rice, I could have cooked it a little bit longer. Like I think I might have skimped a little bit on the times, just like a couple minutes. Like I probably could have left it in there a little bit longer, not so that it's mushy, but so that it wasn't, you know, obviously so that it'd be perfect, not mushy, not hard. But dinner was great. I love some tacos. Like I feel like tacos are really my favorites. Love tacos. Tacos can do no wrong in my eyes. And what I put on my tacos, I just put some lettuce on there, tomatoes, not tomato sauce. I put taco sauce, sour cream, cheese, and I put a little bit of the bean sauce. Yeah, a little bit of the sauce from the beans, that like the bean mixture, just a little bit of that, just to add a little extra little flavor in it, you know. But I did tell you guys earlier in the vlog that I wanted to talk about one of the videos that I watched on YouTube. It was I do have my handy dandy vision book because this is where I figured I would write all of my thoughts for the most part. I haven't been super crazy with the vision book. I just came across a page. I haven't been super crazy with like keeping up with my vision book as I did last year. Like I feel like last year I was much more, I just wrote in it a little bit more. I still do write in it, but you know, I do feel like last year like my pages was filling up, you know what I mean? But I did write down one of the episodes from Lovers by Shan. I'm gonna put it on the screen. As a matter of fact, let me go find it already so that, but when I'm editing, I don't even have to go and like go look for it. Like, girl, just do it now. Just do it now. You know what I mean? But I discovered the Lovers by Shan podcast because my friend Naj posted it on her story, and it was a clip. It was a specific clip where she was saying how like she was talking about being single. Like when you're hot, you're never really single, basically. And I just thought that was like an interesting little grab that they posted, and it just made me want to watch the entire episode. So the episode is called I'm Not Betraying Myself to Be Desired, and the woman that was on the podcast, her name was Zosha, and she just talks about rejecting desperation in dating. And a little bit of what she talked about that I found to be interesting was just like her upbringing and how she got to be where she was as it pertained to dating. She talked about like how she lost her virginity pretty young, and when she did, that transferred into thinking that she had to like sleep with a guy in order for them to like them, in order for them to like her. And I thought that was interesting, and I kind of wrote down that point because it's my, oh my gosh, how was it about to die? And I just, you know what, I just put this battery in, hold on. Okay, I'm back. I thought that point was interesting because you just think about like when you do lose your virginity early, or when you kind of get too boy crazy, and just how that like alters your entire perception of relationships and just how things can how things are supposed to go. She was just saying how after that she just had like this weird attachment to men, whereas like she just was kind of like doing it just because she felt like that was what she had to do in order for them to have some sort of a relationship, or in order to keep this man, I have to please him in this way, even though it's just like, no. Like, no. Of course, as you get older, you just like, girl, you kind of just, I mean, some women never lose that thought though. That's the sad part about it. Some women never escape the fact that, or they never lose the thought of having to do X, Y, and Z in order to get a man or to keep a man. That's a whole other story, you know what I mean? But, and I just wrote like having sex just because you felt like that was what was supposed to happen. Like, okay, inviting a guy over, it's like, oh, I can't really do that because I don't want it to turn into something that I don't want it to be, because that's the expectation of the night. You know what I mean? Or, okay, a guy did this for me. And I have seen girls say that before on the internet. Like, oh, a guy did X, Y, and Z for me. So, like, of course I slept with it. Like, you know, like, yeah, like, he took me out to dinner. So, like, it's just like, what? Like, that is not, it doesn't have to be a tit for tat. It doesn't have to be like a quid pro quo, whatever. You know what I mean? Even though I know that's like workplace stuff, but regardless of what I'm saying, y'all know what I mean. It doesn't have to be that at all. And again, I did see a post of a girl say that before on, I think they were talking about like going on dates and like the things that men have done for her, and she just felt like, okay, well, in return to say thank you, I did this. It's just like, no. Another point that I wrote down was, instead of saying losing your virginity, you call it sexual debut. Like, this is the first time, this is like, I'm debuting this version of myself, as opposed to losing my virginity. I feel like it just seems so scary. The fact that you're losing something, or the fact that you are like, there's a certain vibe that is created when you talk about losing something, you know. And I wrote like changing the thought around it. Now, obviously, that term is mainly going to apply to the younger versions of ourselves. Like, most of us have already passed that, the thought process for sexual debut versus losing your virginity. Like, that would have had been a thought that came years ago. You know what I mean? But I thought that was just an interesting change in perspective, because you think about losing something, you think about like less than, you know, to lose is to, like I said, like be less than, or like I'm at a loss for something, when it's like, no, it don't even have to be all of that. Like, I feel like there's such a stigma around it, where it's, I'm debuting this version of myself. Hey, like, you know, I'm introducing this other person that, you know, that's new to this world, you know. So another point was, she was saying she was like lucky and happy to say that her losing her virginity was consensual. And okay, I wrote something else behind that, but like basically saying like she wasn't, it could have gone so many different ways. You know, so many women have crazy stories when it comes to them losing their virginities, but she was saying like she was just happy to say that she went into it like knowing what she was doing. Yeah, now granted, she said she lost her virginity young. That means she was a minor. That means she wasn't really consenting to it. But y'all get what I'm saying. Like, y'all get what I'm saying. She still was agreeing to it in the moment, as opposed to it happening in a harmful way, you know. So she was just saying like that was like something that she was happy about. Like, okay, I can at least say that I like made the decision to do it, as opposed to it being like forced upon me, or again having like a traumatic experience with her losing her virginity, you know. So I wrote like not per se, because she was so young, but basically that's just to say that it wasn't assault. She was conscious and knowing what she was doing at that moment. But yes, it's something that I feel like a lot of us don't, maybe we don't think of it that way. Like, you kind of take for granted that at least some of us can say like, oh, like, you know, I was not in my right. Again, you're taking away the fact that you are not even consenting because you're underage, but just thinking about it in the way of like, okay, this wasn't forced upon me. I was like thinking about doing it when I was doing it, you know? And yeah, I feel like I don't think about it that way that often, which is why I wrote that down. I don't think about it that way that often. Okay. I kind of wrote, okay, because you know what happened? I went back and I rewatched it just because I didn't really, I think there was a certain point where I stopped watching it or whatever. So I was like rewatching some. So this next point I wrote had to do with an earlier point that I already talked about. She also questioned the point of casual sex. Like, what am I getting from this? And she was thinking about her last partners and the point that they served in her life. And like, as you get older, you just like, everyone had a purpose, you know, like as opposed to being younger, you weren't thinking about it that deeply, but it's like, okay, if I sleep with someone now, it's like, I'm thinking of it more intentionally as opposed to when I was younger. I just kind of like was doing whatever. I keep getting text messages, but yeah, I think that at this age, even thinking about my own friend group, we all have our own definition of what casual sex looks like and where we are with relationships. Like, we're all around the same age, but like, we're all like literally doing our own little different things. And it's just interesting to think about the different routes we can all take as people, and thinking about, again, our own personal definitions of what casual sex is. Like, some of my friends can be more like I don't like, they really like, that's it, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's perfectly fine. Or I can, this man exists in my life just for that. Or like, some of my friends can be more like, holding on to certain ties and certain relationships and certain like people. And me personally, I feel like I was in a long-term, I always call it a long-term situationship. And that's like, I'm always in the like less than a relationship but more than casual. Like, I'm always like in that bubble. And accidentally, I guess. Like, accidentally, I just always find myself in, it's less than a relationship, but it's more than just something casual. Like, I still have a deep attachment to someone, but it's just not a relationship. Like, it just doesn't get to like boyfriend girlfriend status. So I always find myself in these situationships. And I also kind of don't really like the term situationship, because I feel like you kind of diminish the vibe of it all. Like, situationship feels more casual to me. Like, to say, oh, this is a situationship, it feels more like it's complicated. It feels more like, oh, like this is just someone I'm seeing, like, sorta. It feels more like it doesn't feel, it feels like I'm just taken away from what something is. And it's usually more than just, like I said, more than it just being casual, usually. But for some reason, I just can never, not never, but like, I'm afraid, a part of me is afraid of commitment. I think I have a little bit of a commitment issue. So I think that the thought of something being super permanent is just like, it's just like, oh no, like, you know, I just have like this commitment thing, which is why I tend to feel comfortable in that like less than a relationship, more than casual like space. But as I get older, like, I kind of like unpack it a little bit more and just like learning myself. Like I said, learning that maybe I do have a slight commitment issue, or maybe I'm just like afraid of something being so permanent. I think I do have issues with permanent things. I think I mentioned that to y'all before, but that's just my own little story. What else did I write? One of the main points in this particular podcast was about like owning your agency, like owning yourself and owning the whatever you think. How can I say this? I wrote like owning your agency and not being ashamed of what you like and don't like. But I wanted to kind of say more about that, owning agency, and just saying like, I can make decisions for my own body and you know, without feeling a sense of shame, whether I decide to make things casual or whether I decide to do a relationship or whether I decide to abstain from sex in general. It's like owning whatever you choose to do with your body, like owning whatever you choose to do for yourself. Like the title of the episode is literally, I'm not betraying myself to be desired. So whatever you decide for yourself, just making sure that you own that and making sure that you like stand in whatever you want this season of your life to look like. And I be having to remind myself of that too, because I was doing the romanticizing singleness, which I still plan on doing. I'm still single. But just again, understanding what being single looks like to me and what it feels like and what I want it to look like, or whether I want to date. Because there was a oh, you know what it is too, recognizing the phases of being single and just romanticizing that singleness. Because there was a phase where I was not talking to anyone and I was just completely fine with just keeping everything very casual. Maybe I'll text a little bit here and there, but for the most part I really wasn't beat. And then I got to a point where I was kind of dating, or like I was more talking to someone, or I was allowing men to take me on dates, and I was like, it comes in waves. It does its own little thing. So owning whatever it is that I decide to do with that, you know, and being like okay with it, you know what I'm saying? Not being afraid of the commitment, not being afraid of the relationship that may be calling my name. Like you never know, you know. So but basically I wrote not betraying myself to get closer to someone else. So if it is the fact that I really don't want something, make sure I stand in that and make sure that I don't sway my opinion on something just because a man is nudging me into it. You know what I mean? Making sure that I'm still standing tall and firm in whatever I choose to do. So it's just like, I don't know. Rejecting desperation. So yeah, I thought that was an interesting podcast episode, and I just like been so invested in things that just kind of make me think a little bit more. So I do, like I told y'all, I did like the idea of writing stuff down, because then I'm able to revisit. Like growing up in school, I was like I like taking notes. Like I really did like taking notes. I'm a handwritten girly. I've always been that way. But it, like when I put something on paper, I'm able to, like I said, go back to it and also just like allow it to stick in my brain a little bit more. It may come up in another context where I'm able to like think about it and pull things from other thoughts and come back to these thoughts in different ways or in different scenarios. So I like stuff like that. So tomorrow I do plan on tomorrow's Sunday. So I do have to edit this vlog, but I do at some point during the day want to resume a podcast episode. Like I mentioned to you guys, the Collapsia podcast, which I really do enjoy. But just like allowing myself to feed the brain, you know, that's really the goal right now. I did get a cool opportunity. I might be working with another brand that I worked with before, and they're having an event in New York, which they invited me to, and I'm so excited. So that'll be the next couple of weeks. So I'm excited about that. Hopefully all is well when it comes to that. And I'm gonna end the vlog off here. If you guys like this little like podcast recap chat thing, let me know, because I actually do not mind sharing my thoughts when it comes to certain the podcast or things that I write down and stuff like that. But yeah, thanks for watching. Bye. Double text got me out of my element. I don't wanna feel like I'm settling. Double texting you. Let's be serious. This. I'm about to pass out. How do I do it? One thing an avocado is gonna do is bully you into eating it. Figure it out. You had a point to prove or something? Like, I don't know. That I guess I'll just use periodically. Hello, happy Saturday. Hold on.
Put that on.
I don't know how many other ways it gotta be said.
Or for
This is my vlog, so back up.
wait, hold on now.
And you squat and squat and y'all, hey, listen. Like, shut up. It's getting hard out here for a pimp. You know.